The Mojave Desert, the driest place in North America, is also home to desert bighorn sheep. In November of 2017, more than 45 volunteers made a difference for wild sheep by working on a water project in a remote area situated on the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center, 29 Palms.
We call this project the Lava Project. This is our site. We're putting in 2 underground tanks and a large rubber rain mat to collect rainwater. And the purpose is to collect that rainwater in the winter and store it in the summer so it's available to all wildlife, primarily bighorn sheep.
45, 50 volunteers here this weekend, from young to old. It's just very impressive. These guys are doing this out of passion and love.
We've got young people who are on their first project. We've got older people. We've got Boy Scouts. We've got a high school water polo team here volunteering today. We've got California wild sheep members. We've got the on-site biologist, the representative from the U.S. Marine Corps is out here carrying rocks. So everybody's involved, everybody's working to benefit wildlife.
It's really exciting to me to see the number of young folks that came out today and yesterday to help us put this in, and hopefully will spark interest for them to continue to do this kind of conservation work.
The basic system components are a rain mat to collect the rain, and we line that with a special type of rubber called Hypalon, and it has a little berm around the edges to make a small check dam. Bottom of the check dam, there'll be a pipe with slots in it that'll kind of screen out bigger debris, keep rodents and things from crawling in the pipe. The water will run through the pipe into the tanks. The tanks are buried underground. There's 2 tanks in this system. They're 2,300 gallons apiece. The back part of the tank, we call it the drinker box. It's kind of molded into the top of the tank. So it'll fill through slots underneath, and it'll fill up with water when it's full, and the sheep just crawl down a little ramp to get to the water. So it simulates like a natural seep on the ground. We put in a water monitoring system. It has a satellite uplink, and we have depth sensors in each tank, and it also has a rain gauge that collects rainfall. And it uploads a couple times a day to a satellite and onto the internet, so we can see how much rainfall happens and how much water is in each of the tanks.
A greater idea here is to link populations that are separated by no water to create more genetic diversity in the herd. So by putting water in the areas where these sheep migrate, we can connect herds of sheep on different mountain ranges to each other by water.
The overall goal is to subsidize existing populations, increase lamb recruitment, increase population, increase connectivity to increase genetic diversity, make the herd stronger.
Significant increase in population of sheep over the last 50 years. 50 years ago, we couldn't even hunt sheep in California. Now there's a sustainable population that we can take an offtake of those sheep every year without negatively impacting the herd. So a lot more sheep in the state. And the key to having more sheep is more water. The more water we have, the healthier the ewes are, the healthier their offspring will be, and so on and so on.
I go back to our mission statement and our purpose, putting and keeping wild sheep on the mountain. This kind of water will absolutely put and keep sheep on these mountains here.
The Wild Sheep Foundation salutes the efforts of the team of volunteers, the California Wild Sheep Foundation, the Society for the Conservation of Bighorn Sheep, the C.J. Berry Foundation, and the U.S. Marine Corps for helping to put and keep wild sheep on the mountains of Southern California.